Hello, my name is Dr. Anna Symonds. I'm a consultant clinical psychologist and director of Elysian Psychology. Some of you asked me to think about parenting through this difficult time, knowing that I work primarily with children and adolescents. I also do have two children of my own, a boy who is 10, a little girl who's 7. So I'm also going through this as you are too. Parenting isn't easy at the best of times, is it? It's a hard job, and I appreciate some of you watching may have children with additional needs, and so the challenges for you may be even greater. I think there's going to be initial honeymoon, is my feeling, is that a honeymoon period, in that everybody will be delighted to be off school, and they'll be really happy just to be at home with us, and I think that is going to wear off, unfortunately. So I think the enthusiasm, as soon as they start to realise they haven't seen their friends, or they've just missed the structure of their lives, I think the novelty may wear off a little bit. I hope not for our sakes, but I think that probably is likely to happen. I think ways that you can help and support children are to provide some structure. Now, you may have seen some people, I've seen a lot on social media and know people that have constructed timetables and things like that. If that's for you, then great, that's brilliant. That certainly isn't going to work for me as I try to continue to work. So I think if it's not possible for you, just keeping a basic routine of when we get up in the morning and lunchtime and dinner time and when we go to bed is still really important. So please don't compare yourself to people who might be doing some really intense homeschooling and working. It may not be possible for you, or your children might not want to go for that as well. I think we've got to let children feel a little bit in control of this, not complete control, because that's too much for them and it overwhelms them, but I think we have to be guided by them a little bit. I was talking to a mum this morning who'd let her child choose topics that they wanted to think about. So he was going to do some work on dinosaurs, which, wasn't one that school had recommended, but that's what he wanted to do. He was quite happy to sit and do that and all the research and the work around it. So, it's important that he felt in control of that and he was enjoying that. So we're going to have to relax a little bit, aren't we? We're also going to have to relax a little bit about the things that we're going to have to let go of. So we're going to have to pick our battles. This is going to be an intense ride. We're probably going to spend more time with our children than we've ever done. So we're going to have to be aware of things that are important to us and that we want to, say to our children, this is important, but there's going to be some things that we might just want to let go a bit. We've got to keep our energy tanks full for this haul. And I think just be aware of things that you're happy to let go consciously, and things that you are not. You're not going to be able to pick up on every single thing that they do or they react to, because you're going to be exhausted and that's not good for them. I think it's important that thinking about learning that we share with children maybe the things that we haven't taught them. For example, I'm quite musical, but I don't particularly share that with my children, and maybe it's a time not just to do academic learning, but to share with them the things that we have now maybe a little bit more time to do. I think it's also a time to attune with our children and to bond and connect with them. Sometimes we lead such hectic lives, don't we? And they have hectic lives socially, from activity to activity, and actually this slowing down allows us to really connect with and to tune to them. We also might feel that on an emotional regulation basis, this helps them significantly. So by emotional regulation, I mean their ability to manage their own emotions, and children often go up and down emotionally, and sometimes that's the highs can be quite high and the lows can be quite low, and they can be quite drastic in their changes and change quickly and everything like that. That's exhausting for us as parents, because we're sort of the emotional punch bags. And we're the emotional thermometers for our children. So as long as we're calm, as much as we can be calm, appreciating that this is a difficult time for us as well, our children will kind of be regulated by us. And so it's kind of not going with them on their real highs and their real lows and getting caught up in those. It's trying to keep a bit more of so if they're going up or down, we don't need to be doing this with them. We can do a bit of a staying steady in the middle if we can, while they go around us. I appreciate that doesn't always happen, and when we're with them intensely, that sometimes we will go like that. And you know what, if you get into a situation where you think you've reacted too much, or you've said the wrong thing, or as this becomes more intense with our children, you know what, okay as long as you repair it. So as long as you say to your child, you know, I'm really sorry that I overreacted to that, or I'm sorry I didn't understand how you were seeing that, you know, because, you know, I was busy trying to look after your sister, or I was busy trying to sort out this work situation or whatever, or I just was feeling very tired. It's okay. Just, I think the repair is really important of that cycle. Just to saying, you know, explaining what's happened and why you reacted in that way. And sorry is very, very powerful as well. We need to teach our children that we're not perfect, because then they won't set themselves up to be perfect either. So we need to admit when we've got it wrong. It's hugely important, so that children are then able as well to say when they got it wrong and to apologise when necessary. We need to expect that our children won't have full control over their emotions just yet. So don't expect them to. You know, at school they'll often say they behave in a certain way, and we'll think, oh gosh, that's lovely, I don't get that at home. You're not going to get that at home now either. You might get glimpses of that. Sometimes I think teachers get the children at their best really when they're socially aware of what's going on around them and they know the expectations. And our children are going to relax a little bit with us, and they should do. That's how it should be. So just let them do that a little bit. Don't have high expectations that they're going to be perfectly behaved, that their concentration is going to be amazing. You know, let's go easy on them as we should go easy on ourselves at this difficult time. And that, like I say, is not to let boundaries slip necessarily or structure, but it's just to try and understand where a child is coming from. If you see your child is distressed or angry or worried, tell them that. Say, you know, I think you're just really upset because, I don't know, because you can't see your friends, or you got really angry because you couldn't answer that question. Just tell them what they're feeling and why, and that'll be incredibly helpful in increasing their emotional understanding. Like I say, it's a great opportunity for emotional attunement. So let's both take it, us as parents and them as children. I do hope you found this helpful. Like I say, I think it's going to be a bit of an intense ride for all of us, and we're all learning. So as I learn more, and if you learn more, please do share it with me, and we can go through this together.